It's on. It started. We're on the internet.
We're on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, we're always on the internet. That's kind of how it works.
That's how life is now.
You're always on the internet. You don't have a choice.
That's right.
Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the GameBrew Podcast. Oh, sorry. I'm going to do it the real way. I have a slight headache, so it's making my brain stop working. Hello, and welcome to episode 135 of the GameBrew Podcast, the bi-weekly video game podcast where we sip delicious bevs, discuss video games, and remember to tune into the GameBrew Showcase for all of your announcements of nothing. Who are we? I'm Dan.
I am Chris.
And on this episode of the GameBrew Podcast, we ask the question, is E3 gone for good? Or is it not? Or is
I guess we'll find out later on this episode.
We'll find out. But first, it's time for a bev. Oh, Chris, what are you drinking while I go to my tiny little fridge that's right there and get the...
That is a very cute little fridge. So I'm drinking this beer called Black Eyed Susan, which I'm sure everyone here knows is the state flower of Maryland. It's made by Heavy Seas Beer, and
Heavy Seas.
It's a rye lager.
Gotta love Heavy Seas. If you're Chris, you're contractually obligated to love Heavy Seas.
Yep.
Chris, I gotta say,
I do my my trivia there.
Nice. I haven't done trivia in so long.
I love a good trivia.
Me too. I know so much random crap. You know, I've been playing Framed. Have you heard of Framed at all?
No.
It's like one of the things, like, you know, there's Wordle and there's Loodle and there's Hurdle.
Okay.
Framed is like the version for movie buffs where it shows you a single frame from a movie and then you have to guess what movie it's from.
Okay.
I've been pretty good at it. I haven't done it today yet, but maybe we can do it for funsies later.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's like I'm looking at it right now, and I'm not sure. Anyways,
but anyway, why did I start talking about that? Gray's right. Brain hurt, words not work well.
Yeah, that's right.
But gotta love Baltimore. I've been watching The Wire.
Nice.
So there's a lot.
How far are you in?
I am just about to finish the first season.
Oh, nice.
So it's like gives you like, okay, this is before like procedurals were huge, you know.
Yeah.
And it gives all the stuff. But I'm drinking an Oscar Blues New England style IPA. NEPA. It's called Thick Haze.
Ooh.
It's thick. Probably thick and
probably
hazy.
a weed reference.
Or it could be a, ooh, that's yummy. Ooh, that's very yummy.
They do a good job.
Yeah, I love Oscar Blues. Like, I love all the things they do.
They kind of had, like, for a while, like, the quintessential, like, IPA, I guess. I guess it's not technically an IPA with Dale's Pale Ale.
NEPA. Yeah, Dale's Pale Ale. I mean, that was like the one that you're just like, yeah, give me a Dale's. Because
it was super solid.
It's super solid. It sounds delicious, Uzman. And this Mowgli in the chat, what up? He's started his Twitch streaming this week. He's my friend Uzman, member of Mongoose Omelet. We are going to be playing some Fall Guys later. So
yeah.
if you're in, ooh, there's some flickering happening. But yeah, this is pretty hazy and delicious. Maybe I want to look at what it looks like. I haven't looked at my beer in a while, and I happen to have a Pilsner glass right here. So I've just been drinking beers right out of the can because I'm
raw dogging it.
I've been raw dogging these cans. Inappropriate. But yeah, it's pretty. It's kind of clear. It's not super hazy.
Yeah,
it's got a.
Is it
good
thick?
Aroma. It's no. I mean, it's not. It's not that hazy, but it tastes good.
Well, that's what matters.
I like it. Before we start we're going to talk about this video game podcast. Hi, welcome. We drink beverages and we play video games. But I got to show you this, Chris. Hold on. So, I don't tell many people this because I'm a giant loser. I love Nerf stuff.
You're just telling the internet?
I'm telling the whole internet. I've never told anyone this before, but I love Nerf stuff.
Uh-huh.
This isn't technically Nerf. This is Dart Zone. It's an Adventure Zone dart gun. It doesn't release till tomorrow, technically, but I got it.
How'd you get it?
Walmart had it on their website early, so I ordered it. So this is the Deuce Pro. It shoots 125 feet, shoots smaller Nerf darts than regular ones. Has this detachable barrel that actually works to make it go farther. It's better than a lot of other Nerf guns because it's a fully enclosed system. So whenever it shoots the pressure, there's no air escaping. It's fully sealed. So whenever everything goes, it has a safety trigger. So you can't pull the trigger. You have to push this down in order to do it. It is a 6-shooter. It's loud. Ready? I'm just gonna shoot because I want to show you how to get the bullets out. But here's how it sounds. It bounced off the wall and came right back.
It didn't. I couldn't hear it because of the way Discord worked.
Yeah, it probably was like that's too loud. But it is a 6-shooter. In order to reload it, you have to pull it all the way back, pop this little guy out, and then you can.
Oh, those are tiny darts.
Yeah, they're little tiny ones. Tiny. You load it in. There's 6 in here. It also comes with a thigh holster and 2 extra chambers to put in.
That's awesome.
So whenever we meet up and play A Quiet Place game, have you seen people do that?
No.
Apparently there's a way you do the A Quiet Place game where there's somebody who's blindfolded and has a Nerf gun. And they go around, they try and shoot people with it. But yeah, this is a really cool thing. And I wanted it.
What? I'm looking at this. Is this the Dart Zone Pro Series MK2?
This is the Deuce Pro. This you might find some reviews on, but it's still kind of hard to get.
These things are intense. Yeah,
the Dart Zone stuff is cool. Like it's all like competition stuff, so it works really good. This is Sebastian's a little scared of this. But yeah, it comes with a thigh holster. So this is the thigh holster. It also has this little thing you can put the barrel in, so you can, while it's on, you can twist it off and not use that and just put it in here. So
that's incredible.
Gray, send me the pic of the Winchester Nerf gun. I like Nerf stuff. I'm a giant nerd. I think this is the coolest thing ever.
How much was that?
$39.99. So
that's not bad at all.
Not too expensive. There's some stuff that you can get from them that's like, they have like some carbine rifles that are like $150 if you want to get them. They look like M16s. So you have to so it's too much. That's too much for me. But this is kind of what I like. It's the 6-shooter style. But it's pretty cool.
That's super cool.
Chris, tell me about what you've been playing video game-wise.
So I don't know if you saw this, but this week, free on Epic Games is Lawn Mowing Simulator.
Oh, nice. How's that going?
I did that some. I mean, I feel like you would appreciate it, especially because I know how big of a fan you are of
simulators.
Simulators, specifically ones where you're doing menial tasks.
Ones that you're doing menial tasks, but also things where it's like it could be like house related. Like I tell Hannah this all the time, where I'm like, I just want to own a house so I can use a pressure washer and so I can mow my lawn. Those are the 2 things I'm really looking forward to doing.
Yeah, I don't like doing those things, and I don't have to, but it's nice sometimes to do it in a game.
Sure. Or both. Why not both?
Or both.
Yeah.
And then I've also been playing Bayonetta.
Nice.
Finally.
The remaster version?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the one on Steam. I'm bummed that Bayonetta 2 is not on Steam.
Yet. It'll probably get there eventually, you know?
And I've heard that they're coming out with a third one.
They are. I think there were some screens from it, or there was like a trailer about stuff. But yeah, I don't think we know a whole lot about it yet, but it is happening. Ooh.
Awesome.
Cool.
I mean, it's Platinum Games. It's
Platinum Games. It's how do you feel about like because it's pretty off the rails is like what people say. It's like crazy. There's like crazy stuff that happens. It's the Devil May Cry sort of fighting style.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just all this crazy stuff all the time. I mean it's the same thing like with Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance,
where it's just
kind of just over the top constantly. I mean, and just like all this stuff that they've created, like what her clothes are hair.
It's her hair, yeah, because she's a witch,
hair,
right?
Yeah,
and it's and she has guns for high heels. She has high heel guns.
Yeah.
And
so she has 4 guns.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
And she like can do like breakdance moves and like shoot stuff in a circle.
That's so cool.
It's great.
I freaking love. I love whenever games are like ridiculous for like the sake of being ridiculous and just amazing.
Yeah,
you know,
and they always go super off the rails.
They do.
All the time, and I love it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm also here for games where it's just like, why not? You know, I think if games went a little more towards like they're redoing Lollipop Chainsaw. I think they're coming out with a redone version of that because that was a game for the Wii, if I'm not mistaken. So it was like super under the radar. And it's like really dark, super funny, and also, you know, you're a cheerleader with a chainsaw whose boyfriend is whose boyfriend's head is strapped to her waist because it accidentally got cut off, and there's zombies and stuff. And like those are the kind of things, or like the Yakuza games where it's like, yeah, it's a gritty like world, and there's stuff, but there's also like crazy over the top things that happen, you know, or silly things that happen, like the whole Like a Dragon game is just all ridiculous things, and it's perfect. I had to get back into playing that one.
I forgot that Near Tomato is them as well.
Near a Tomato, yes. Did you find the secret?
No, I heard about that. That
wasn't a real thing.
That. I mean, it's kind of cool, but yeah, no.
It was interesting because everyone was just like, "Oh no, you can't mod the game. There's no way to mod the game for anyone to get in." It's like, no, you can mod the game. And listen, you can figure it out. You know, people figure it out.
But yeah, what else was I going to say about Bayonetta?
Yeah,
it's just like it's so weird to me that is like basically a Nintendo character now. Like, I mean,
yeah.
It was Bayonetta 2 was a
Brothers.
Nintendo publisher.
Yeah.
Published game. The first one was not. It was Sega.
And then,
but that actually makes me think that they probably won't release 2.
I don't know. Maybe
PC because it's Nintendo.
Ooh, yeah, you're probably right. Well, maybe on your Switch. Oh, thanks for the gift sub, Pip. Also, hi, Pip. I miss you. I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long. I've been playing a few things.
Yeah. Like what?
So, here but lurking. Pip, you can lurk as much as you want around me. Wink, wink. The first Stray came out. The game everyone was looking forward to about you play a cat and there's a dedicated meow button.
Yeah, gotta have that meow button.
Gotta have that meow button.
Have you played it?
What? Have I played it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've played it. I think I'm like halfway through it or something like that.
I've heard it's pretty short.
It's not. Yeah, it's not long, but it is like it. The story is great. The interactions you have, because there are no humans, the interactions you have with the robots that are around are very cool. It's like equal parts cute and also sometimes scary, but also like endearing. Just the fact like that you can do cat things. Like there's just stuff around where it's like it like encourages you to just knock stuff over and like scratch up carpets and like scratch up walls.
Yeah.
I think there's an achievement you can get where you can just nap for an hour. If you nap for an hour in total in the game. So like there's places where you can go, you just go and the cat lays down. But it's like nothing happens aside from you just see the cat laying down and it's napping.
It's just napping. Cat napping.
Cat napping, yes. But it is, I mean, it's good. It's a really good game. There were like some people who were, the same thing that's been happening on Xbox Game Pass where people are just like, oh, it came out on a PlayStation Plus. I can't believe that. It's like, oh, great. Yeah, this game it's not going to make it. It's like, no, they like agreed to a set amount of money. They're going to get a lot of money for doing it. They'll make more games,
Yeah.
So, but we've talked.
So it's only on PC and
it's on PC and PlayStation. You can't play it on Xbox. But you could play it on PC.
Mm-hmm.
You can play it on PlayStation Plus if you have it.
I don't know if I have like fancy PlayStation Plus.
I have fancy PlayStation Plus because I just wanted to. There were games on there I wanted to play, and I was like, it'll make sense instead of me just doing all the other stuff. I'm the king of subscription services. I have too many of them, and I don't know how much money I'm paying. At this point,
don't worry about it.
There's like a section of my bank account every month that goes towards whatever subscription is to, and I have no idea how much money it is. I don't pay attention to it. I'm an adult. But Stray is good. Being a cat is fun. I do recommend it if you like puzzles and cats and robots.
Nice. I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
I don't like cats that much, but I might like that cat.
I don't like having cats. I like cats. I think cats are cute. I think I like to pet them. I saw some kittens today whenever we took Sebastian to go get a bath. To get like his little pampering appointment. And I do like them, but I don't want to own them because they're smelly and they poop inside. It's ridiculous.
That's weird.
I have also played, I've been playing some Black Ops 3 Zombies because Black Ops 3 Zombies because it's like the on Steam there's mods, so people have like their own custom zombies maps that they make. So you can play like custom zombies maps. I really enjoy doing that. I like zombies a lot. No one ever wanted to play with me, but
I play with them with you on occasion.
You have played them in the past. I think in college was the last time we actually made an effort to like all play zombie stuff and like get good at it. Like I remember sitting around playing like the very first zombies thing with people from college.
Yeah.
But I've been doing that, and I also have been going through Humble Bundle because I haven't been because I have so many games in there that I haven't even looked at.
Same. I also like have found that a lot of the games coming out from them I already have.
Right. So what I'm doing is I'm going through the backlog of that I have of them. I'm playing some of the ones that are like, a little bit different. I started playing one that I love. It's like a little 8-bit style point and click adventure game called Dark Side Detective. And it is hilarious and it is not too difficult. It's really good. It came out in 2017. It's a point and click adventure game. By Akupara Games. And I think you can get it on everything right now. But all of the all the titles of all the mysteries you do are like Malice in Wonderland, Tome Alone, Disorient Express.
That's awesome.
Dawn of the Dead, but it's a DON instead of DAWN. but it's basically you play a detective and you have a like policeman who's like your friend who is also like he's like a beat cop. And it's really funny. Like you're playing the puzzles are sometimes a little challenging, but not really. And it's just funny. It's just tongue in cheek, hilarious stuff that happens while you're playing the game.
Is it kind of like, did you ever play Aviary Attorney?
I didn't play Aviary Attorney, but it was basically poking fun at like Phoenix Wright, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it also had like a lot of tongue in cheek and punny stuff going on.
This is it's very similar. Where it's like there's puns all over the place. There's like sight gags. There's things that people say.
It's a game for dads.
It's a game for dads or uncles or people who generally get groans whenever they walk into a room or say anything. I do recommend it. It's really good.
That does sound cool. How long have you beaten it?
I've beaten the main thing. I think it was like 4 hours or something like that. But there are 3 other like bonus cases that popped up. They are titled Buy Hard, B-U-Y.
Nice.
Poltergeist and Bates, B-A-I-T-S Motel. So I haven't played those yet, but I'm gonna do those soon. Nice. But yeah, Very those cool. Those are the things.
You've been busy.
I've been not busy. I've had video game ADHD. I am not finished any of these things. I mean, Dark Side Detective was short, so that wasn't a big deal. But like, I've just been working to try and expand my horizons. You know, I feel like I just want like different things to happen. Whenever I'm playing, like I just can't keep playing shooters all the time. That's what I was saying. I was like, I just keep playing shooters over and over again, and I'm like, blah. I want something that's different. I want to solve some mysteries. Oh, and I also played and beat a game called Escape Academy. It's on Xbox Game Pass right now. Allison, if you're listening, you should play it.
Up her alley.
Yes, it is basically like little tiny escape rooms.
I love that.
That you do.
I'm downloading that right now because I also love those.
I don't remember if there's a co-op mode or not. I played it by myself, but it's good. The puzzles were really challenging sometimes. So it's good. And it's funny. I don't think it's as funny as Dark Side Detective is, but it's a good like if you want to do some escape rooms by yourself or I think with a partner. It might have co-op. I can't remember. But it's good. Pinky out, fancy indeed. Gray Man Stash. Yeah. So I think that's it. I don't know if something else will pop up later. Probably.
Yeah, you've been a busy guy.
My brain is tired.
I know you said you weren't, but I think you were.
I'm not a busy guy, but I'm a busy guy. It also helps that I haven't been sleeping well. So. I mean, but that doesn't
help.
It doesn't help, but it just means I'm just up late at night doing things. Because we had my birthday party, which was Survivor themed, and then I've been cleaning the apartment. I've been like deep cleaning the apartment over the last week or so. So,
in my head, you've only been there like 6 months.
I mean, no, we've only been here since October, so it's 8 months.
Okay.
But it's it's a nice place. There's more shit on my shelves now. You know,
there's a lot more. Look at all. You almost have a full thing of D&D books.
I do. I should just keep buying books until that's full, shouldn't I? You know, I'm going to tell Hannah that's an aesthetic thing, so we have to buy it. That's
you have to.
House funds, so I don't have to use my money. We could use both our money for that.
That's right.
And
I also like your mouthpiece section.
Yeah, they got little mouthpieces over there.
Yeah.
There's a GameBrew hat. There's my VR stuff. There's a rambunctious goose right there.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
That's you got me that. You and Katie got me that. And then Lego side. It's over here. All the Star Wars Legos and the lightsabers. It's great. Everything's good. Yeah.
You got some fun stuff. Little fun knickknacks.
Little fun knickknacks. You know, I like knickknacks. I like things. I like to have things and have physical things which is why digital stuff is hard. Which, is also tough whenever there's not ways to get physical things, like whenever you go to conventions or anything like that. You can get physical things at conventions, but one that has been noticeably missing over the last few years is E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. Back in 2020, the worst year, just the worst year, E3 was canceled. Because there was a pandemic.
Yeah.
People couldn't do stuff.
I did go to PAX East that year. It was about a week before everything shut down.
Didn't we go to MagFest that year? Isn't that the year we all went to MagFest too?
Yeah.
That was a little bit earlier, but
I got two conventions in before everything
shut down. But E3 was canceled that year. In June 2020, totally written off. Just wasn't happening. And the ESA didn't offer an alternative or anything like that. And then companies banded together to do the Summer Game Fest. That was the first time that happened. It was live streamed and hosted by Jeff Keighley, which we all like Jeff Keighley. I don't think anyone has a bad thing to say about Jeff Keighley.
I don't know who Jeff Keighley is.
Look at it. He's a white guy.
Well, that really narrows it down.
I know. Well, it's video games, so how many white guys can there be? Oh, wait! It's too many. And then in June 2021, no physical E3, but there was a digital one that they did. Again, I honestly don't remember much from that. But they also did a Summer Game Fest that year too. So there were both things, right? And then this year, ESA, the Entertainment Software Association, that's what ESA stands for, decided to cancel E3 again.
A lot of cancels.
It's a lot of cancels. And, the way that E3 was going and the ways and the things that people were saying about it and like kind of what it's become over the last like 5 or so years, because there was like E3 and there used to be, let's go back in time. E3, Wayne's World. The E3 used to be like you would go, there'd be like events, like all like Microsoft would have a thing, Sony would have a thing, a different developer would have a thing, Nintendo would come out. There'd be all the different booths that you could go to, all those different things. In the last few years, like Sony started to do their own, like Xbox started to do their own like little conference thing. I think Sony was starting to do their own too. And then
Nintendo for a while had just been like at the Nintendo Treehouse or whatever. I just remember that.
Yeah, like they would do their thing. So it kind of was starting to go this way where people wanted to kind of do their own things, not be lumped into the whole E3 Expo, like they did. So
I mean, they did like do a lot of kind of branching out, I guess. But like as a person who never has gone nor probably will go to something like E3, I mean, I've been to like PAX, but I think that's a little different.
It's different. It's different because E3 is for like developers,
right?
And there were like ways to get there, but it's also in California, so and there's not like more. It's just one. Like there's only one of them, and it's out there, so you have to go there to do it.
Right. But for me, like E3 was always great because it was like a time that I could dedicate to learning about what games are coming out, Yeah. Because it was all kind of like, it was like a one-stop shop for all of that.
Right.
And that doesn't really exist without that.
It's
like
true.
If everyone's kind of doing their own thing, then it's just the news comes out and it's not like an event. It just is,
It just is a thing, which is why like the last few years there's been, the Summer Game Fest has been like our all-encompassing, like here is like people that show up. Let's see what the 2022 partners were. 2K, Activision, Atlas, Bandai Namco, Bloober Team, Capcom, EA's there, Deep Silver, Epic Games, Netflix, Humble Games was there.
Which one is this?
This is Summer Game Fest. Fest. So a huge Xbox, PlayStation, Steam. Like there's like an overwhelming amount of people who go to Summer Game Fest. Like this year was great. And they do the same thing. They go and they say, okay, here's a bunch of stuff. But then they start to do like, there's also like different video game live streams that happen. Like, I think Nintendo has a Nintendo Direct like every month or something like that.
Is it every month or every quarter?
I think it's every quarter. That sounds righter. That sounds more right.
Writer is a person.
Yeah, that's a person. But they had like, State of Play was in June. Summer Game Fest was in June. Epic Games had their summer showcase. That was in June. What else? There was the Xbox and Bethesda Games showcase.
Yep.
Capcom had a showcase. And Aperna Interactive had their own showcase in July.
That's probably where we got a lot of the information on Stray.
Well, Stray came out that day, or like the day before.
Oh, okay.
I think. Because Annapurna, they had theirs on July 28th. But it was an interactive showcase. So I forget. I think it was like I need to look it up. But there was one time, I think Devolver Digital, this might have been in 2020, where they had like it was like a game. Like it was a game you would play, and in it had like, it was like its own little, expo. It was basically like an expo hall. You go in and like do all the things. It was very cool. I really liked that. So I need to look up this in a interactive.
They always like at PAX have like one of the cooler setups because they set up a lot of their games as like arcade cabinets. So you can play the Knights one. The Knights is the one where it's like Castle
Crashers. Yes.
So they'll have Castle Crashers there, but set up as like a 4-person arcade cabinet.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Especially because, that game's simple enough that you don't need a whole lot of crazy controls to do it. But that's good. So, we've got all these individual, like, different companies, different publishers having their own.
I'm sorry, that's not Devolver. That's the Behemoth.
That's Behemoth. Devolver does a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I could specify, but I don't know. Devolver games.
They have
Enter the Gungeon. They did Inscription, which was really good if you like card stuff. Hotline Miami.
They do a lot of
third party,
like almost like indies, but not indies. I don't know. They do like a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, they're like off. I would say they're indie games. I would still say indie games because they are a lot of stuff where it's like,
I don't think Shadow Warrior 3 is an indie game.
That's not.
It's like a double A.
Oh, Absolver. They did that one. Remember that one? Absolver? You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Cult of the Lamb is coming out in August. That one's supposed to be pretty interesting. Katana Zero was really good. But those are all games that were Devolver Digital. But that's very cool. Do you what do you think of this, Chris? Like all these individual like things. Are you for it? Like, do you like that
Like
there's...
I kind of prefer like being more of around an event. And like when E3 came every year, you knew you were going to hear some news and like see cool trailers, and like it just always meant there was just going to be a ton of cool stuff to look at. Until I feel like later in the later years, I feel like it was always kind of a disappointment because there would just be less and less information given out.
Right, but it's also coming to a point where it takes longer to make. People want more stuff, and it takes a lot longer to make those things, if that makes any sense. Like the games that we want, it takes longer to make them, and we want to avoid crunch as much as possible. Like I would like to have a finished product released and everyone involved be happy with it, rather than overworking people getting mediocre stuff out before it's supposed to be done, to
make investors happy.
Yeah, like that's dumb. Like, I'll be an investor. Here's $2, then you can make me happy. Well, I guess we're all investors because we buy the games, come on, man. But yeah, it used to be like, oh yeah, we're going to get maybe some really cool announcements.
Can't wait for Bethesda's, showcase, because maybe we'll see a glimpse of Elder Scrolls 6.
Nah. We're not. I don't know if we're gonna get that.
Remember at E3 when they showed that? I think it was either 6 or 7 years ago now. They were like, "Here's a thing about."
Wasn't 6 or 7. It was. I think it was 5 years ago, because I remember Allison talking about it on the podcast, because it had Skyrim Grandma or something.
Yeah, it was June 10th, 2018 was when the official announcement was made.
So 4 years ago. I was close. But yeah, they announced it there, and I guess they've gotten bogged down because they haven't really showed us anything else. All they showed us was just a video of landscape, and then they said...
Yeah, and I think it was over a town that you could kind of see in the distance.
I don't think there were even any towns.
Or no, it was a castle.
A castle. It was probably just Scotland.
You can see a small town, really far away.
You're probably...
But, that's it.
That's it.
And then, it was flurry of like...
It's what are we going to do? And we're closer to getting Star Citizen than anything,
Star Citizen?
No, not Star Citizen. What's it called? That's a different game.
The Bethesda one?
Yeah, the space one. That one we're getting closer to.
Starfield.
With space, it's Star something. It's Star Wars, Star Trek.
And actually the Starfield
Command
poster is very similar, I feel like, to it kind of has the vibes of a classic movie thing, like the poster. Anyways,
let me look it up.
I did a really good job right there.
Field poster. I'm going to describe it in detail. Oh yeah, it looks like a movie poster where it's got the people's faces looking off different directions.
The person looking up, and it's got the thing in the middle going up.
I feel like the Mass Effect game art, cover art, is kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking kind of like the original Star Wars.
Oh yeah, it does have the Star Wars thing where in the middle it has a beam of light shooting up. There's just no Luke Skywalker going with his chest showing.
Yeah, his rippling
muscles. Pectorals. But I don't know. I kind of like the fact that there's all these different things. Because then it's they get to do all the stuff. Now, of course, you see things over and over again. You're going to see all the same things whenever it's oh yeah, a publisher is coming out for this, and this. And it's okay, you're going to see that at each one of these different game showcases. But I think it's they do get to show off a little bit more about their own stuff whenever they're not limited to, okay, we've only got a 40-minute presentation that we have. We can show this many things. We have as long as we want, because... gosh darn it, it's me. It's ours. We do it.
This is our thing, yeah.
This is our thing. We're doing this.
Well, and yeah, that's probably why at a certain point people started doing their own kind of stuff, just because they wanted to not have to worry about, is Xbox going to show our thing, or are we going to get pushed off for someone else?
That's true. Yeah, so all of those things are actually... Okay, so I need to adjust some phrasing. So Summer Game Fest, like a lot of those things, the Sony State of Play, Black Voices in Gaming, Upload VR Showcase, IGN Expo. Basically, it's like they're all kind of labeled under the Summer Game Fest because it's kind of everything happened from June 2nd to June 12th.
Right.
But like the Summer Game Fest thing was actually on June 9th, but everything else was just around that. So,
right.
So it's all kind of like under the same header. But yeah, Jeff Keighley does a good job.
Yeah.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo. What did we get at Summer Game Fest? I think the biggest things were get some Gotham Knights stuff,
which could be cool.
We'll see. The Callisto Protocol, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Cuphead: The Delicious Last Course. Chris, did you ever play Cuphead? Did you play Cuphead at all, Chris?
I haven't. I have not. Dan, have you?
I have. I wasn't a fan. It was very difficult. Like, I did not like it as much because I kept dying over and over again.
What makes that different than Dark Souls?
I don't know. I think that it was 2D and kind of goofy. So I think I was like,
it was laughing at you.
Yeah, it was laughing at me. I'm going to punch it in the face. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I didn't really like the aesthetic of it. Didn't really.
Yeah, it didn't appeal to you.
Appeal to me.
Yeah, it had its time. It like came out like everyone was like, "Oh, it's so hard and great. You should play it." There was a boy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I will reiterate my point. I think it's nice that everyone has their own little thing, and they don't have to worry about, like, if it's at E3, it's like, oh yeah, this one day they have their own convention hall like down the way that everyone has to go to. Instead, it's just online. If anything, we found out what meetings could be emails in the pandemic, and and we did that same thing with like game releases too. Like, it has been really nice to just be able to get like, boom, trailers. Like, it's like, oh, new game trailer, boom, drops. It's there. You can find it. Right. Whenever they're just like, oh, BT Dubs, we're dropping this game, and guess what? It's available now. Go download it. Blah 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 blah. And you're I
don't know. I kind of liked when that happened.
No, I like that too. But it's like now.
Or like when they announced Fallout 4 and they were like, oh, by the way, it's coming out later this year. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. It's here. Blah 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 blah. Fallout 76. What?
No one asked for this.
No one asked for this. Have you kept playing that game at all, Chris?
I haven't played it in a while. No,
there's been a lot of updates to it. Yeah, it's pulling a Cyberpunk 2077. Have you seen people being like, I really think Cyberpunk 2077 is the game of the year this year, and it's like, yeah, it came out like 3 years ago. So
yeah,
2 years ago.
It needed more time.
It needed more time. They needed to update all the things.
Are they gonna? I can't remember if they're going to when the first DLC for that is coming out.
Oh, that's right. DLCs. That's a thing that exists. So, Chris. Is E3? Are we going to get it though? Is it going to come back? Are we going to get an E3 again, or is it done? Is it gone? Is it gone forever?
I think we are going to get it again.
What?
It sounds like they've made a deal with Reed Pop, the company that does the PAX conferences, to have them run it, which I think makes sense. But I do think that's going to make it a slightly different type of thing. But also they need to make sure it's going to be something different than PAX. I mean, I've only been to PAX East and PAX Unplugged, but PAX West, it has to be something different than PAX West, just because that's in Seattle, I believe, and if it's not different, then there's really no reason for both of them to happen every year.
Yeah. So I have an article. It's in The Verge.
You have an article?
I have an article. It's in The Verge. So after ESA announced that, no, seriously, E3 will make an in-person return in 2023. This article is from July 7th. Yeah, because basically ESA said they were canceling E3 this year. So
who's ESA?
The Electronic something association.
Electronic something association.
Entertainment. I was wrong. Entertainment Software Association.
Okay.
They had said whenever they canceled E3, they were like, "We're gonna come because we want to come out in 2023 with something like good. We don't want to half-ass it in 2022. We're gonna full-ass it in 2023." So they did announce they were partnering with ReedPop, company known for running the Penny Arcade Expo and New York Comic Con to facilitate the industry event. Blue. The E3 team seems confident that something... apparently, according to E3 2023, will return to its home at the Los Angeles Convention Center. Same convention center that was so inundated with attendees at last week's Anime Expo that it produced... blah, blah, blah. Like, bad stuff happened at the Anime Expo, I guess. E3... Kyle Marsden-Kish, ReedPop's global VP of gaming, said E3 2023 will be recognizably epic. A return to form that honors what's always worked, while reshaping what didn't and setting a new benchmark for video game expos in 2023 and beyond. Great.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently also BlizzCon will be returning to in-person. I don't care. They suck. Let's see. ESA did not share which publishers will be at event, but we know people will be there. If there's an E3, people are going to be there, especially if it's like the new fancy E3. It's like there was the old and busted E3.
New hotness.
Old and busted. New hotness. Is that Men in Black 2 or Men in Black 3? I think it's 2.
It might be 2.
I think it's 2. My dad and I say that to each other all the time because he's old and busted and I'm the new hotness. I don't know. It was my birthday. I'm going to be 40 in 7 years. That popped into my head the other day. I hate it.
Don't say things like that.
I hate it. It's
Please
the
don't
worst.
say that.
I'm going to say it again because guess what? You're going to be 40 in 8 years or 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5.
7.5. We'll call it 7.5.
Let's call it that.
Say it's 7.5. So we answered the question that we were going to ask at the end here. We were going to ask, is E3 gone for good? And the answer is no, it's not. It's coming back.
No, there you go.
Unless something bad happens,
And then it will be gone.
And then it will be gone. Maybe by that point, we'll all be gone. Maybe the zombie apocalypse will take us all over. Maybe nuclear fallout will...
but you'll have a lot of practice.
That's true. Because of blops. If there's nuclear fallout, we'll have a lot of practice because of fallout. What other... I'm not a great driver, but Mad Max.
Or Forza.
No, there won't be any roads, though. Why would I do Forza?
That's true. Well, so you're saying where you're going, you won't need roads?
Nah, I don't remember my broken brain doesn't remember what the theme song to Back to the Future sound goes like. But yeah. So instead, I'm going to ask Chris. This will be the final question that we use.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Christopher. I'm going to use this one.
That's me.
What is, and you can answer this in the chat too if you have one. Let me know. What is... Like, do you remember a thing from a conference that you really liked? Like something that popped out of E3, like from the past, like the old E3s?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned, I think, like the Fallout. I always used to look forward, especially after the Fallout 4 announcement. I really liked that announcement and how they were like, oh, by the way, it's like coming out in 6 months.
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, because usually when you hear about games at E3, it's going to be like years.
Right.
And to hear like we hadn't even heard about Fallout 4 coming out and then to say, oh, by the way, it's coming out in 6 months. Just like the hype level of that game exploded. And I thought that was super cool. It was at E3, I think, that the Cyberpunk 2077 thing that happened with
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, where he came out and they were like, oh my God, Keanu Reeves is in it? And everyone...
And he said something like, someone said to him, like, "You're beautiful," and he said, "No, you're beautiful."
No,
or whatever.
you're beautiful, and that's where we got that one.
Yeah. And then there was, I think it was for Ghostwire Tokyo. That's a game, right? Ghostwire.
Yeah,
Ghostwire Tokyo. I remember that. That was during a Bethesda reveal, and the person that was like talking about it from the studio had like a really funny accent. Like, I mean, not funny accent, but like just like the way she would say things was very funny. And
was that what's her name? Ikumi Nakamura, I think. Yes, where she was doing everything. She was like, because I think she said she was nervous. Yeah, she said she was so nervous that she kind of overdid everything, and she was adorable. I bet that's the word I would use. She was the cutest person to be up there presenting everything. I do remember. She was
great.
That was great.
That was good.
I remember in E3 a long time ago, Gabe Newell came out to introduce Portal 2 whenever that was. Whenever that happened, but that was back in 2010, so that was a really long time ago.
Way back in the day. Back in the dark ages.
Yeah. There's a lot of really bad things. I'm going through a list of like bad stuff that's ever happened.
Okay.
Whenever the Kinect came out, again, E3 2010, whenever the Kinect was part of thing, it was just like, it was 3 hours long of them like showing all the different Kinect things. And of course, everybody knows that Kinect is what you use all the time on your Xbox One, right?
Nope.
Disconnected immediately. What else? There was a time in 2007 where Jamie Kennedy was a celebrity presenter.
Okay.
And he was just the worst. He was just terrible.
Yeah, there's been some like really interesting things that have happened.
A lot of interesting stuff.
What about what's been your favorite or least favorite?
I mean, the Gabe Newell thing was really great. I think in 2000, going through this list, there was one. There was the Twilight Princess trailer from 2004. Was at the end of Nintendo's presentation that they did. And I love you, Allison. Sorry that you are under the weather. But yeah, because it was just like, hey, guess what? New Zelda game in the style that like of the other Zelda games. You know, it's like everybody loved it, and it was really good. It was a really good game, and I mean, because we've all talked about how people were like, "Oh, Wind Waker's cartoon style was weird," but we liked it. You know,
at the time I didn't like it, but
looking back, I'm
retrospectively, I really liked it.
Yeah. But like, so this was kind of like, okay, they went back to that slightly different style, and it was also really good. Yeah. So I really like that. I like anything Zelda. Anytime there's Zelda stuff, I'm like, yes, give it to me. I'm playing Breath of the Wild again. I know we're not allowed to talk about it on the podcast, but I'm playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild again. It's really easy to like play and not do anything. Like, it's a good way to waste time. Yeah. Honestly, because it's like you just have to spend so much time going different places.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a walking simulator.
It is, but it is very nice. It's very fun. I enjoy it.
Nice.
Even with the destructible weapons, I don't get what people's problem with destructible weapons is. But
it bothers me.
Whatever. I don't care about your opinions. Well, with that, I think it's time for us to stop
podcasting
and start gaming. So first, we're gonna do some plugs. Things to plug. Let's see. I'm gonna plug the podcast Discord.
Okay.
Go to bit.ly/discobrew DISCOBREW.
That's the one.
And then you could chat with us. You can see adorable pictures of dogs. There's a cute picture. Whoops, I'm on there right now. There's a cute picture of a dog.
Did you forget that you were?
I forgot that I was on the thing. So now you've seen.
Look at those cute pictures of a dog.
Yeah,
that's great.
We talk about stuff. People put their musings on there. Check it out. You can also see what everybody's up to. Allison is streaming usually on Wednesdays whenever she's not under the weather, which she is right now, unfortunately. That's twitch.tv/Vinalia, Vinalia. It's nice that I can read it whenever she's in the chat. I can read how to spell it, so I know I don't do it wrong. You can check out the Mongoose Omelet Boys on twitch.tv/TubeCrazed. Or now also you can watch Uzman every weekday. He said he was going to stream. I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep up with that. But he can do that by going to twitch.tv/Mowgli, MOWGLI 21986. It's a longer one to read. Yeah. Chris, do you have anything to plug?
No.
Oh, what are the movies that we're doing for voting?
Oh, good question. I thought we...
one of them is Rampage.
Rampage.
And what's the other one?
We wanted to save Resident Evil.
I think Resident Evil. Okay.
I thought we were saving that, though, for October.
Oh, are we saving that one for October? Then what did we say? It was Rampage and... I don't know. I don't think I posted the thing yet. So...
let's do another modern one, Monster Hunter.
No, because we said it. We said it on the thing. If you don't remember, I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna go to the end of the thing that we recorded, and then I'm gonna look up what it is. But go to the Discord. There will be in episode or in topic submissions. There will be whatever our movies are that we're gonna do for the Game View podcast, which will be next week. All right, sorry. Anyway,
same spot, same channel,
same Game Brew time, same Game Brew place. What are you gonna? So, Chris, what are you gonna plug? That's the question.
Nothing. I've got nothing.
You don't want to plug anything?
Nothing.
Not even in your regular life?
It was. Nope. That was from before.
Yeah, I haven't posted the thing yet, so I'll have to listen to it and find out. But yeah. So, Chris is plugging nothing. Sometimes meditation. I know. Sometimes free your mind. Don't do anything. So we're gonna end this very Allison-less podcast again.
Yeah. One day.
We'll get her back. She is the best. She keeps us in check. So.
That's right.
So, all right. With that, we are going to end the podcast the way that we always do by saying good night, everybody. So,
good night.
Everybody.